Market update for the 16th. So, buy the dip opportunity in the morning, followed by another higher high, and it just keeps on going up. The question is, did we top out today? So, I got invalidated on my wave count. It went above 431.08, so that's invalidated. So that means that I had 1, 2, 3 right here. That is not a third wave. It's more than likely that if you zoom out to the daily chart and you just can kind of forget all of the lower time frames, then this is valid. I need the horizontal line here. So 489.94 to 415.84 instead of 413.04. So we got 415.63 minus 389.94. That would be about 25.69, I think. Take it from the bottom of here. This can go all the way to 435 or 436 in order to not invalidate it. So that gives me a little bit more room. So on the daily, it looks pretty good. If we take the parallel lines, you can see that it actually breaks it right there, but I guess right here is actually the top. This little pullback right here got me a little confused, I think. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if we take the fib retracement tool, you can see that it actually hit where the target would potentially be for a fifth wave, or we came pretty close to it. It would be about 432.62, which is actually right at the 50% retracement, or the 0.61 retracement is 437.94. I think we can kind of discount that because that would invalidate another set of wave counts. So it's more than likely we're pretty much hit the top here, in my opinion. If it does go higher tomorrow, I would say 50% retracement might be all it gets. Again, I don't like to call tops right now because it just keeps on going up, but that makes the most logical sense. So A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, pull back to 417, and then one more move higher to 440 plus, or A, B, C, B, that's it. We're going to go to lower lows right here, break this 362, or A, B, C, A, pull back for a B wave to 405, and then higher for a C wave into midterms. So that's what I see. I'll go over my trade now. I had a few trades today. I got stocked out on some puts. Not really, wasn't very good early in the morning. I was up a bunch, and then I got stopped out, was about break even. And then I had some wins on some individual stocks that got me positive. And then on this move right here, I bought more puts going into the end of the day. So we had this move right here, which is definitely impulsive. So I consider that either an A wave or a first wave. And the pullback has gone all the way to the 0.61 fib. And I actually bought between 430 and 440. And the reason I bought there is because I saw this A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it went a little bit outside the parallel lines, but I think this is pretty clear that it's an ABC move. And right here is where I kind of use my fibs. Figured out it'd probably be in that area that I could buy some puts. Looks pretty good right now. After hours, kind of hanging around even, but what I'm looking for tomorrow is either a third wave. So if this is valid, we'd be looking for a third wave down. Third wave would take us all the way to 425.93. If it's a C wave, it could still go all the way down to 425.93, or it could be about $1.30 less than the first wave or the A wave, which is about 426.88, which actually comes right here to this bottom right here. So that's kind of like where I'm aiming at, between 426.88 all the way to 426 if this is valid. So if they do another pump here in the morning like they've been doing, I will be stopped out right up here. I only have 2 contracts of the October 21st 429 puts, so it's not going to be a huge deal if they do bring it higher, and I'll just wait for the next dip and do the same thing. I got my risk reward pretty good. I'm risking $1.30 to potentially make all the way to 427, which is about $3, or 426, which is about $4. And I'm not losing that much premium because I still have like 2 months. So just kind of an example of what I'm looking for when I'm getting into a trade. Let's see, what else can we talk about? The dollar, interesting enough, the dollar broke the top of this move right here. And so in the last video, I said that would signal a bottom right here for ABC. Looking at it now, there's potential that it could be ABC, and this is an expanded flat. So we got this kind of goes about 1.23 past the end of this, and then this broke the top of this. That could be an expanded flat V wave. If that's the case, the dollar could go down lower. Or this is ABC and this is the first wave, we get a pullback here and we go higher. I'm leaning towards it going higher after it broke this, but if it goes down, I won't be surprised either. So the dollar is kind of iffy right now. We'll see what happens over the next week or so. And I prefer to see a red candle on SPY before I get into a trade, but today I was just like, it's gone up so much that I want to try to capitalize if we can get a move down. So that's the dollar, that's SPY, pretty much topped out. Could possibly go to 432.50 in my opinion for a top. But it gets invalidated over 436.52 on the daily chart. So not that much more to go. I bought puts on a lot of individual names as well. Let's look at the VIX now. The VIX was just going to lower lows and lower lows, and now it looks like potential for it to go down, go up. I'm not really going to look at it on lower time frames. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame looks pretty good as far as a pullback. If this is a first wave, we can still see that move higher. I think I talked about yesterday to about 22.50, and I think I just saw something about it being the longest drought of a volatility spike in the VIX in like 3 years. I think that was right. So we're in big need just to see some kind of like pullback, and I think that'll be good, even if it's just a 4th wave pullback. That would be really nice, reset everything, and give us something to work with. These moves higher, you're kind of just guessing at this point because they just keep on buy the dip and take it to new highs. So I'm personally looking for a dip to reset everything. Plus I have some puts, obviously, so I'm biased towards it. But VIX hopefully can hold this 1914 level. Dollar, we'll see. And on SPY, we'll see as well. US 10-year yield is I think it went higher today. Still kind of hanging out, went a little bit higher, hanging out, waiting for that next move. Looks like it could be potentially down or up as well. There's a good chance that, let me just see here, 349, 310, 275. I would say that it's more than likely this is bottomed out and we're going to go higher for a 5th wave, which I said in the last video is not good for equities, especially growth stocks. So it's all lining up for a pullback in the market. It just matters whenever they let it happen. They're manipulating those puts a lot, and we'll see though. I think this is a good time to do it though, get a pullback going into OPEX, and then if they get it far enough down, let's say we get this pullback and it happens in the next couple of days, then they could run it up even higher if they wanted to into September. So we'll see tomorrow, but the important things to notice are we pretty much hit the trend line on the weekly, hit the 200 SMA on the daily, and we're now below that. And 5-wave move would be invalidated over 436.47. Dollar waiting to see if it actually goes higher and this was the bottom, or are we looking at an A, B, and a lower C wave? So that's pretty much the layout for now for today. Hopefully you got a little something out of my trade as well, what I'm looking for when I'm getting into a trade. Using Elliot Wave usually works pretty well. I've gotten stopped out on obviously the SPY puts a few times this week because of how many times the buy the dip has gone to new highs, but most of the time it works pretty well. So let me know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, please do that and like the video, and I'll put out another update tomorrow.